Hi everybody, I'm Bill Brennan, welcoming you to another edition of Honolulu on the Move, the show that brings you the latest news and information about the Honolulu Rail Transit Project. We're coming to you today from right near the Kroc Center on the eastern edge of the town of Kapolei. This is where, for now, the Evamost rail station will be located. And today we want to show you several videos that our HART Public Outreach team has put together. We want to show you a flyover of the rail alignment, where the train will go from here in Kapolei all the way to Ala Moana Center that includes all of the 21 rail stations. We also have artist renderings of those stations, and we want to show you to give you a feel of what our rail stations will look like. Finally, we have a great video from the air showing all the progress that has been made so far. Nearly 3 miles of guideway, more than 150 columns, all coming up for you today on our show.
The proposed 20-mile elevated fixed guideway begins at the East Kapolei Station with a park and ride. This is adjacent to the planned Department of Hawaiian Homeland's residential development. It follows North-South Road to the next stop, the UH West Oahu Station with a park and ride. The route continues through Ho'opili to the Ho'opili Station. The route continues onto Farrington Highway, past Hawaii Medical Center West, travels over Fort Weaver Road to Waipahu's West Lock Transit Station at the Leoku Street intersection. It continues down the median of Farrington Highway at approximately 30 feet above street level to the Waipahu Transit Center Station near the Mokuola Street intersection. Passing Waipahu High School and the preferred site for the maintenance and storage facility. The next stop along Farrington Highway is the Leeward Community College Station. The route then crosses over H1 to the Pearl Highlands Station with a park and ride. Commuters from Central Oahu will have a dedicated access ramp from H2 to the transit station. The guideway then continues within the median of Kamehameha Highway, crossing Waimano Home Road past Pearl City Shopping Center, over H1, over Waimalu Stream to the Pearl Ridge Station. Continuing along the median of Kamehameha Highway through Aiea, the route continues in the median of Kamehameha Highway, serving the Aloha Stadium Station with a park and ride. Continuing on Kamehameha Highway, to the Pearl Harbor Naval Base Station at Makalapa Gate. Around the Pearl Harbor Interchange, follows H1 to the Honolulu International Airport Station. Continues on A'olele Street to the Lagoon Drive Station. Follows the edge of Ke'ehi Lagoon Park over Nimitz Highway to the Middle Street Transit Center Station. Past Pu'uhale Road into the Kalihi Station. It travels along the middle of Dillingham Boulevard over Kapalama Stream to the Kapalama Station at Honolulu Community College. It follows Dillingham Boulevard to the Iwilei Station, turns onto the median of Nimitz Highway past the Chinatown station at Kekaulike Street. Then into the downtown station near Aloha Tower. Onto Halekawila Street to the Civic Center station on South Street. Then onto the Kaka'ako station at Ward Avenue. It continues Mauka onto Kona Street to the final stop at the Ala Moana Center Station terminus.
So in that video, we were able to show you the location of each of the 21 stations along the rail alignment. Each of our stations will be equipped with free Wi-Fi, and all will have elevators. They will all be in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, so that members of our community with disabilities will have easy access and be able to navigate their way through the stations with ease. In addition, at the stations, we're looking to accommodate bicycles. And on the train, you can bring bicycles, surfboards, luggage, coolers, baby carriages, and the like. In addition, at each of the stations, there will be these embossed columns, part of the aesthetic column program with our station design. Each of the columns depicts some of the history and the culture of a certain ahupua'a, or the area in which any certain station sits. We also have artist renderings now of all 21 stations. We want you to sit back and enjoy these pictures. Now, in addition to those wonderful shots from the air, we also have some from ground level. We start out here in East Kapolei with a couple of our aesthetic columns, part of our station design work. We'll have aesthetic columns at each of our 21 rail stations, and the art on the aesthetic columns reflect the history and the culture of the areas in which the particular stations will sit. So here in East Kapolei, we see the sun and the breadfruit and fish, and on the bottom, on the other side of this particular column, some honu and the winds out there in the Kapolei area. They all seem to have an air, land, and sea theme to them. And there are 4 particular sides to each column, the same art on each column for any particular area. So these are the ones in East Kapolei, and here's the one just up the road at UH West Oahu. Again, a little bit of art that lends some history and culture to our project, and actually a very unique feature. Again, the wind, and you can see a pueo or an owl there in the middle, and some sea creatures. There's a closer look at the wind and the sun out there on the Ewa Plain as part of our aesthetic column program. Now we're building the guideway. You can see some of the construction trusses in place. We move from the single column to the double column, and along Kualakai Parkway here, you can see a lot of the completed guideway. Nearly 3 miles now completed and more than 150 columns in the ground. Here again is an aerial shot as the guideway moves through the Ho'opili area from East Kapolei and toward Waipahu town. Over here you can see the guideway cross over Farrington Highway near Old Fort Weaver Road Loop and the Kahimohala area, and then the guideway comes through that area and approaches Fort Weaver Road. Here again looking back east to west as we see that column approaching. And then here the columns are, again, like I say, moving into Waipahu town. You can see they get a little taller as they approach that Fort Weaver Road overpass that you can see there. The guideway itself will go above the Fort Weaver Road overpass, the reason for these taller columns in that particular area. And then here we are looking back again east to west, and you can imagine the guideway coming over those columns into the median of Farrington Highway in Waipahu. Also in Waipahu, we have the Rail Operations Center well underway, probably 65 to 70% complete by this time. We have 4 buildings that we're building out there. This one here is what we call the Operations and Service Building. This is the brains and the trains will be located here. The automated system will be run from this particular building that sits between Waipahu High School and Leeward Community College, a very pretty site at Sunset. And then we also have work now on a few other buildings there. This is where the trains will be serviced in the evening as we run from 4 a.m. till midnight. And here, of course, some of the work that everybody's talking about, the rail guideway as it's built over the H1 freeway. These yellow pieces of equipment are what's known as travelers. Here the segments are cast in place and erected above the H1 freeway there at a couple of piers as they cross the guideway, moving from Waipahu into Pearl Highlands Center. Those 2 shots right there, a lot of work going on above as we connect the guideway from Waipahu into Pearl City. That's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoyed the videos we were able to present. And on behalf of all of us on the project team, mahalo for joining us today. And we'll see you again next time for another edition of Honolulu on the Move.
If you have a question you'd like us to answer on our next Honolulu on the Move show, go ahead and hit us up on Twitter or Facebook. Just 2 of the places where you can stay informed with up-to-date information on the Honolulu Rail Transit Project. And you can view our latest project videos on our YouTube channel. If you'd like more information on the project, or would like a presentation to your group or organization, give us a call at our project hotline at 566-2299 or contact us via our website at honolulutransit.org. You'll be able to keep up with the latest news and information about the project, important meeting dates, times, and locations, and examine the official documents that are guiding the project's planning and construction. Take some time to visit honolulutransit.org.